science and technology have become the major drivers of the global economy in the recent decades, and hence the STEM majors have become really popular with students and parents, and they are preferred in terms of getting jobs and having a stable career. In India, we certainly have a clamor for engineering and the medical sciences, and even in a country like US, we see in the last decade there has been more promotion of the STEM majors, and we've seen the sidelining of the liberal arts and the humanities. It's the techies who found the disruptive, innovative businesses of the 21st century and solved the big problems. So why study the liberal arts and humanities, and why spend on that? But this is a misconception. Some of the most innovative companies in our world were found by those who studied the liberal arts and the humanities. They were fuzzies. LinkedIn, Pinterest, Airbnb, Palantir, PayPal, all these were found by founders who studied liberal arts. Well, the point is not just that even the liberal arts or the fuzzy people can also develop innovative and disruptive businesses, but it is that the liberal arts perspective is essential in developing purposeful and high impact innovations in businesses or in just general solving human problems. Well, if you don't trust me, listen to Steve Jobs.
It's in Apple's DNA that technology alone is not enough. That it's technology married with liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the result that makes our hearts sing.
In this video, I want to extrapolate that argument. If you want to have a high impact career, be a great business strategist, be a good inventor, a great teacher, an entrepreneur, or simply have a high impact life, or even just enrich your own lives, then it is important that you educate yourselves in the liberal arts and humanities. Well, I'm not saying that you have to focus on liberal arts and you should not focus on tech, or tech is not essential. What I'm saying is that, like Steve Jobs said, when you marry tech with the liberal arts, then it becomes much more powerful and impactful. At the end of this video, I'll suggest ways and resources through which you can gradually develop an interest in the liberal arts. Hey guys, welcome back to Being Wise, where I discuss transformative ideas gathered from books, internet, or from anywhere else on this planet. Today we are discussing the idea of fuzzy and techie, why the liberal arts and being a fuzzy would help you become more wiser. By now you might have understood the meaning behind the terms fuzzy and techie. Techie is someone who is good at coding, who has the technical skills, maybe good at finance. Fuzzy is someone who is good at the liberal arts perspective and the humanities perspective. It includes literature, sociology, philosophy, history, etc. Most of us don't get to discover liberal arts at all, especially these days. I was not exposed to liberal arts until my 20s. Even in high school, I only had the option of mathematics and science, and I studied engineering for my undergrad. But I was fortunate, and later I was exposed to liberal arts. I studied sociology, and later through my own reading I read subjects like philosophy, literature, and history. The world around me started to make sense. While STEM gives you the technical skills and the knowledge, liberal arts can transform you as a person. It can transform your worldview, it can expand your worldview. That is the power of humanities and the liberal arts. Now I list out the reasons why a liberal arts perspective will make you a more impactful person in whatever job you are or whatever your dreams are. First, this is the most common one, it's oft repeated, which we may all know, that liberal arts improves our skills of critical thinking, of communication, of logical reasoning and writing, and this is going to help you in any job that you are. You know, liberal arts, it's by nature, it's not very deterministic, it has multiple perspectives. In a VUCA world, which is in a world that is volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous, so the fuzzy skills become even more important in a VUCA world. The second reason is that how do you develop solutions for some of the greatest problems of humanity? If you address human problems, if you address problems faced by humans and human societies, then you will have a great business model, you will have a great product or a solution. But how do you understand about human societies and human condition and human communities? It's only the liberal arts, the history, philosophy, sociology, literature that throws light on the human condition and the condition of human societies. Studying liberal arts and humanities will help you understand human societies and human condition, so you can get great insights to develop your products, to develop sustainable products that are needed in today's society. The third reason is studying the liberal arts can enrich our lives and expand our worldview. For example, studying the history and culture of a country can improve our cultural intelligence, and of course the skills of cultural intelligence are very essential in today's globalizing context, and that is why I do this series on around the world in films. It helps us understand the culture of the other, it helps us understand the other, and not just limited to cultures. It extends to dealing with problems like racism, sexism, ultra-nationalism, extremism. So liberal arts can help us widen our perspectives, widen our worldview, and reduce the divides in our world, and it's very crucial in a globalizing world. And lastly, in terms of just having a stable career and a job security, given the impact of artificial intelligence, whatever is technical, whatever can be done by machines are those technical skills that can be coded into the machine, or the machine can self-learn. Those are the hard skills, the techie skills. Those will be progressively adopted by AI. You would not need people and humans to do those things. The machines will be able to do the techie stuff. And it is what that is ambiguous and not very certain, those soft skills that requires the philosophical perspective or the sociological perspective, which is developed by the humanities and the liberal arts. Those skills will become even more important going forward. So if you develop the perspective of the liberal arts and the humanities, and you can be sure that artificial intelligence will not take away your job and you will still be relevant. Now if you want some more examples on how liberal arts married with tech can make someone very impactful, then read the book The Fuzzy and Techie by Scott Harley. It has many more examples on founders of some of the companies that I mentioned and how liberal arts helped in developing those products or innovation. In recent years, even in India, the importance of liberal arts has been acknowledged. At least I know I can quote a couple of examples. In a leading B school in India, there is a course called Leadership Insights from Literature. So that is a course that is being offered in one of the leading B schools in India. You are developing future business leaders, and it's deemed that literature can help you become a better business leader. And the second thing is institutions like Ashoka University have come up which have a more deliberate focus on liberal arts. For a long time, India was more famous for technical universities like IITs, NITs and IIMs. Now you have institutions like Ashoka University coming up. So whoever you are and whatever you're doing, if you're not exposed to the liberal arts, I think it's very high time that you start educating yourselves in the liberal arts and the humanities. Now I'm going to give you some resources that have helped me, that I have explored. The first one is School of Life. What I love about them is they specifically, through their videos and articles, they tell us how the insights from history, philosophy, sociology can help us in everyday practical lives. So that is what is interesting about them. It is founded by Alan D. Patton. I've been following them for a long time. I've read a lot of their books. I think that can be a very easy starting point to develop an interest in liberal arts, and that's one of the ways I developed. The second thing is a course I recently stumbled upon on Coursera and I started taking it. It is called What Can Managers Learn from Philosophers? So the professor is an amazing professor, and it's a 4-week course through which you will learn some lessons from philosophy that you can apply in businesses. I'll provide links to all the resources that I mentioned in the description box below, and also other articles on why the liberal arts perspective is important and crucial. Do check out the description box below. I'll meet you next time with another idea. Goodbye and thanks for watching.